What up, what up, what up? In these clips, right, I want to focus on the MAGA idiots, right, that have to justify every one of these functionally illiterate idiots' whims. For example, they ran the 1979 version of Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood. They ran it down here on Saturday night. And did you know that Stinky's really into the old time stuff? Frank Sinatra, Clint Eastwood, Cary Grant, all that shit, because he's old. He's old. So he watches all that shit. He watches black and white. I know this for a fact. Yeah, the scuttlebutt around here just flies. Anytime that guy shits, we smell it. Put it that way. So he talked about reopening Alcatraz. That's not a brainstorm. That's a brain fart. Okay? All right? And he's getting more and more senile every day. And you can see it. He has spurts of complete dementia these days, right? And these people, as soon as he has a brain fart or an act of stupidity, right? Like firing out that picture of himself dressed in the Pope's outfit. Yeah, these people, they have to scurry to Fox to validate it. Like, for example, they were trying to think of what they went out there and tried to make excuses on why Alcatraz would work. They went out and said that he was just joking about wearing that outfit. Motherfucker, that guy, think about it. He literally shit on the Pope. He went over there and he fell asleep during the ceremony, the wake. He fell asleep, embarrassing us. And then he takes a Pope's outfit and puts it on, and then puts it on all his social media accounts, right? They put that out there to see what the reaction would be, right? And then when he got nothing but backlash, having the League of Catholics saying that don't mock us and this and that, he said, I didn't know anything about it. Because he's a punk. He's a coward. And what I like about the fact that he does that kind of shit, it keeps him from destroying this place more than he has already. That's right. And you have all of these people, these MAGA people, just trying to validate. They're bootlickers. They're bootlickers trying to validate everything this functionally illiterate narcissist of an 80-year-old sack of shit that shits himself on the regular says. That's right. That's right. But the people aren't having it. You know what I thought about? Because there's some clips in there of a guy that got destroyed in his town hall, that he goes in his safe space and talks a bunch of shit on Fox and CNN. And what I thought about is that the shit that he says on TV, I would like to see him say it in a town hall. But of course they won't, because they're cowards. Now, let's see what their constituents will do in the midterms. Because if they re-elect some of these clowns, right? They deserve everything they get. Everything. That's right. So I'm going to play you these clips just so you can see how pathetic these people are, and how spineless and cowardice and just soft, weak people they are. So check this out. Like, subscribe, please, and share. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Roll it. Chief Bootlicker, Howard Nutlick. Continue.
So Mark Carney, whom I've met, a central banker, are you optimistic? Can we make a deal with Canada?
I think it's really complex. I think this is
what does that mean?
Really complex, because they have been basically feeding off of us.
No, they haven't. We buy products from them and we get the product. We actually get something for the money that we spend. So they're not feeding off of anybody. What? You want to take their products and not pay them for them? You idiot? You imbecile? You half-wit? You fucking bootlicker?
For decades upon decades upon decades, right? They have their socialist regime.
Okay, what does that mean?
And it's basically feeding off of America. I mean,
what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
The president calls it out all the time. Why do we make cars in Canada? Why do we do our films in Canada? Come on.
Because we feel like doing them? We feel like doing them? Come on. The fuck is wrong with you?
I think the president's going to have, I think it's going to be a fascinating meeting. I'm glad I'm going to be there listening, but
nothing's going to get accomplished. Nothing. This is a clown show. It's
going to be a fascinating meeting tomorrow. I just don't see how it works out so perfectly.
But you're not going to bust up USMCA. That deadline is next year for the final review.
Correct. So next year is coming. So a lot of things.
Yeah, next year is coming. So basically, what this guy just got out of this guy was absolutely nothing.
USMCA compliant, you're okay.
I think for now it's okay, but I think what you should expect to see is a real revisiting of USMCA.
So in other words, nothing. This is a joke. These people are pathetic.
In a year, because Donald...
Say it, Anthony. Say it!
It's total bullshit.
Look at this bloated sack of blood pressure medication. He swears he's the Pope. Continue, Stinky.
We're not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media.
No. Stinky, you're insulting those idiot evangelicals that voted for you. But they're going to sit there and they're going to take it.
No, the Catholics loved it.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They're just masochists.
I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, yes, you did. It came out on every official account, the account of the White House, the account of that True Central, and the oh shit, Stinky.
They made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from.
Oh yeah, no. You wanted that done. You got high last night. Look. You can't. This idiot can't even keep his eyes open. Look at that. It's disgusting. This is a disgusting, vile idiot that is rotting from the inside out right in front of our eyes.
It was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening.
I'm sure you did.
Actually, my wife thought it was cute.
Oh, nice. Wonderful. Maybe she did because she has no taste whatsoever.
She said, isn't that nice?
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to...
Bootlicker and buck dancer. Continue.
To the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of, no.
Macho man. He's got to be a macho man.
Donald Trump's brain is broken.
You fucking dillywinkle.
Yeah, this is what the Democrats, they lose their mind because of Trump derangement syndrome.
No, not at all. We just point out stupid shit. That's right. That's what we do.
Why President Trump has been so effective.
What do you mean effective? What has he done other than tank the economy? Yeah.
Alcatraz means something, right? And so...
Yeah, it's a fucking money pit. That's why they closed it, you asshole. It's not functionable.
When you have a law and order president...
What law and order president? He's dining with Enrique Tarrio, you fucking asshole. He's a 34-time convicted felon. He pardoned a bunch of criminals. He pardoned cop killers. The fuck you talking about?
You're dealing with two tracks here. One is punishment. People ought to be punished for the crimes they've committed. And also deterrence.
As if a trip to Alcatraz is going to deter anybody from committing the crimes that they're going to commit. Hell, we have the death penalty and it doesn't stop them. You idiot.
Works in foreign policy. It has worked now with our border. People know if they
Nope, it hasn't.
try to come here legally, they're not getting in. They're going to be
Nope, they're getting in.
turned away. So
Nope. And first of all, they weren't coming in the first place. It's all fucking nonsense.
if you're the worst of the worst, if you're a criminal who's coming here illegally, the idea of being on an island in Alcatraz is a deterrent.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The death penalty isn't a deterrent, you imbecile.
That's exactly what President Trump is doing.
No.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Listen to J.D. Vance's fucking power bottom here. Mr. Grinder. Continue.
It's a progress report. Good news. Over the last week, 7 of our 11 committees of jurisdiction got their pieces of that big, beautiful bill done.
Bro, it's the American people. It's not a bunch of 5-year-olds talking about a big, beautiful bill. What? You want to cut Medicaid? Yeah, let me see. Eliminate education services. Yeah, and add trillions to the deficit. Yeah, You fucking weasel, you. You goddamn power bottom.
And so we have 4 committees yet to go, and then we push it back through the budget committee to merge it all together and send it to the Senate. On a very aggressive timetable, because Trey, we got to get this done for the people as soon as possible.
What are you talking about? Nothing. You're going to devastate this place, and you know it, you fucking weasel. What do they have on you? They got naked pictures of you with Bruno at the flower shop, don't they? Yeah, that's right. They got him, and I can tell. All we need right now is a newspaper right here with the date, because you're being held hostage by a bunch of naked pictures. That's right. And you're a power bottom, which is hypocritical because you preach family values all the time, and yet you are the first man, you're the first one, right, that has a boyfriend named Bruno. That's right.
In the butt. I said what? In the butt. In the butt. I said what? In the butt.
Oh no. Last time I saw this clown, they were throwing tomatoes at him at the town hall. Continue.
Hardship?
Sure.
That's kind of vague. How much time does the U.S. have that can afford to endure that kind of economic pain?
Well, the nice thing is the stock market is all hypothetical, right? It's going
No. The stock market is not hypothetical. But continue with your word salad.
bounce up and down based on people projecting what might happen. The only thing that I'm worried about right now is the backlog of orders, because people are waiting to make orders. That's going to create an accordion.
Well, guess what? You wouldn't have to worry about that if Kamala Harris was the president. Yeah, that's right.
Effect in the economy, which could create some minor inflation, which is going to be adjusted over time.
What? Minor inflation, which will be adjusted over time. But in the meantime, you pay for that inflation and pay because this idiot bankrupts everything he touches.
We have about another 60 days. And I think, once again, if these come out to 0-0 tariffs, wow, what a boom that's going to be for us.
0-0 tariffs. Are you listening to this word salad? Are you listening? They are not going to drop the tariffs that they had in place. They're not. What the fuck are you saying?
What a benefit that's going to be for...
It's not going to happen. That will never happen. That's a word salad.
And it's not going to affect our import tariffs because we're going to have 0-0 if that's what came.
No, we're not. That will never happen.
Now, the question is it going to have a 10% across the board? Is there going to be commodity tariffs of 25% on steel and aluminum? There are some things that could cause some inflationary... No, they will. But that's yet to be seen.
What you just said is the most insanely idiotic thing I've ever heard, and I barely understood it. Oh! This imbecile got blown out of his own town hall, right? Okay. I'd like to see how his constituents would react if he said this stupid shit. Continue.
So the president said he doesn't know when asked if everyone in the U.S. deserves due process and if he needs to uphold the Constitution. Does that concern you?
No, I don't think the president...
That doesn't concern you. Tell your constituents that.
Inferred that he didn't want to uphold the Constitution of the United States. He swore that oath when he took office.
And they just asked him, would he uphold the Fifth Amendment? And he said he didn't know.
He said very specifically, like, I have great lawyers. I'm going to make sure that we agree with the
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Supreme Court ruling.
You're a joke.
Which means that the Supreme Court ruling, their entire job is to make sure that something's constitutional. When they rule on it and they say it is or isn't constitutional, they will abide by that, which means he basically said...
Okay, so why did they send this man back when the Supreme Court told him not to? You fucking idiot.
We'll follow whatever they deem...
Bullshit. Bullshit. They're sending people back without due process right now.
Constitutional.
Isn't the Constitution constitutional, though? I mean, he was being asked about the Constitution, not the interpretation.
Sure, but the Constitution, just like the Bible, a lot of people like to interpret, including lawyers, especially lawyers.
Holy shit, this dude's full of shit. This dude's full of shit. Whoever voted for this asshole, man, fuck you too. Fuck you too.
Matter of fact,
this is an asshole.
Very frustratingly applied historically. And then you've got...
Oh! Here goes keg breath. He raided the makeup counter at Macy's and took all the free samples and threw them on his face.
Our DOD reforms, this one is General and Flag Officer Reductions. That's the official title. My title is...
Drunk. A slack-jawed drunk. That's your title.
Less generals, more GIs.
And more booze.
How are we going to weed out the stupid in our society if we keep protecting people?
Oh, by the way, before I go, can you please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, please? And if you want a cool t-shirt or maybe one of these, go to mockingmagamorons.com and check out the website. Got a lot of products there that you can show your disdain for this prick. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.